Hey, what is going on? Cantwin here, you guys are winners, and welcome to another episode of Unreal Talkament, the show where I talk about everything arena FPS related that's happened in the week on Linux. This week is actually pretty good because everyone seems to be back off of holiday now, so we actually have some news. Let's get right into it. So we start this week with a new Unreal Tournament build. Now I do have some bad news, and there is actually going to be footage of this. Fort is still unplayable due to flesh walls, and now Underland is unplayable due to the same flesh walls. It's pretty unfortunate. It means that deathmatch for me is unplayable because I can't play the entire scene, like through the whole thing, so I'm just going to have to put up with that. But there are performance increases which have significantly helped Linux users with the simple shading add-on or add. So that is pretty good, and we'll get into the rest of this stuff. So first off, we have Fort meshing with proto meshes. It's still flesh wally. Now got texture on the flesh walls, I suppose. And Chill has some bug fixes. In the weapons, there is now an amazing new bio rifle skin, which you will be seeing in the gameplay that will be now in the background. The lightning rifle has some cool things that are projectile collision, primary fire causing damage to non-characters, which is kind of weird. The Redeemer now has a explosion radius of 1000 rather than 1200. The radius is further reduced if the Redeemer missile is shot down. The grenade launcher fixed the grenades not coming to rest on sloped surfaces, and there is now a thing that shows up better, a little thing around. The flat cannon has different shard, so it disappears, I believe, when it's below 1 damage point. Rocket launcher is, the spread is now not affected, so you can't flick the mouse across and do different ones, I suppose. We have now got voice included in the game, which is amazing. You can just enable them and mute people, and it's really good. I've used it, the quality's decent, so that's pretty good. HUD, there is now damage numbers when you're dead, that's the big thing, and there are different colours if they are over 100 health but have no armour. It's blue, I believe. The scoreboard, there is an interactive scoreboard hint, which is pretty good. It's a little thing to asking you what you want to do. Now the hubs have had some changes, they'll be on the screen just now. Pause it if you want, I'm not going to go through all of these because we have other things to talk about. Effects will be on the screen now. Sound up here. Engine and rendering. New mod support. Blueprints now work, so that's cool. UI in there's stop showing the tutorial videos loading after 3 matches played, which is weird that it's 3 matches. I would have said once you've done the tutorial. Replays seem to work now. Pre-match, there is some better things with miscellaneous gameplay, announcements. Cancel the announcements. You can increase the priority of the terminated message so that it now comes up over anything else. Bots, don't try to get the flag during CTF pre-match warm-up, which is pretty funny because I did see that. Viz has hair. Replicate position updates for sticky grenade to avoid desynchronization. That's pretty good. Basically just fixing some netcode. Good animation things. The first person view now shows the arms, and the dodge, your second arm doesn't come in as much when you're dodging. Highlights, the XP shows better, but there's a few things. Damage done award name is now I'd hit that, so I thought that was pretty good. Blitz has a bunch of changes which I'll stick on the screen now. The main one is 15 to 20 seconds in the initial flag pickup. So that's some cool things. The performance increases are the absolute best thing. They are amazing. The bio rifle looks great, so that's really cool, and hopefully we're seeing every other skin get upgraded. One thing I did notice, the bar at the bottom that shows what weapons you have, that doesn't have the bio rifle, the new one. It still has the UT3 one. So that's the Unreal Tournament changes. Moving on to the next one. Following up from that topic, we have the CPMA Kenya Cup. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was for people from Kenya for some reason, which I hadn't heard played much CPMA, to be honest. But apparently it is just unstandard maps. I've taken a look on stream today around a few of the maps. Did Fata Morgana, Trespass, Fajo 326. Yep, did those ones. They're pretty good. Pretty good maps. They play quite well. Dojo, that was the other one. They play pretty well, and I'm looking forward to actually taking part in the tournament because I have signed up. Sign up page is on Challenge, and you need to join the CPMA Discord. Kind of not any Linux news, considering that it's sort of Quake news, but realistically it's Quake Champions news. Cypher, the pro Quake player, not CPMA, but Quake player, has signed with Virtus Pro for a year, which is absolutely amazing news. That's obviously for Quake Champions. I was watching the game play, the Quake World Cup qualifiers. Absolutely brilliant player, always has been. So they're on at the moment, actually. Not specifically Linux news, but still pretty close, and absolutely Quake 3 is certainly a Linux game. So that is going to wrap up the week that we've returned to form with some actual goddamn news. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully the gameplay in the background has been decent. I tried to get some deathmatch footage, but obviously I just hit into Wonderland again and again and again and again, so I couldn't get that. Show some footage of that. And hopefully, yeah, next week will be before the CPMA tournament. And then the week after that, I might have some footage directly from the CPMA tournament of me getting absolutely boned. So that's going to be pretty good. Hopefully you have a great week. Watch some great tournaments. If you want to watch the Quake Champions tournament, feel free. I saw some chat about it being on Linux in the chat. People talking about Unreal Tournament off of the back of that. Absolutely amazing that we see some of the community wanting to support Linux. So, yeah, push forward, message the developers if you think that a game should support it, and I'll see you next week.